Oh man, it's Thursday night, but it can't possibly be 6 p.m. because my dog is not here laying next to me listening into the latest TextCoin updates. First time in a while. She's always here joining us, just like you, to share a few minutes together and get to know TextCoin a little bit better. I'm Bobby Gray. I'm the founder, and I'm really glad to be here. Let's see who else is here. 48 people already. I just started. Wow. Everyone's starting to learn that we start right on time, 6 o'clock. Okay. Well, welcome. I don't have anything prepared for us tonight. Why? Because I'm spending every waking moment right now trying to keep up with the number of people that are joining us on the rocket ship. Um, and not planning ahead. Look, it's not a place I want to be, but I want you to understand it's a place I'm comfortable being, at least for the moment, to help our team overcome this exciting but challenging time. And look, it's all hands on deck right now. We're going to do what we got to do to get people onboarded. And so we'll spend a little bit of time talking about that tonight because someone said, well, I got an idea. How about you just freeze new people joining? Give yourself, some time to get caught up. And I said, no, absolutely not. We can't do that. You can't slam the brakes on a freight train that's got 4,500 cars attached to it going 200 miles an hour down the track. You just can't do it. It has disastrous consequences. Believe me when I tell you that people would much rather have a delay getting onboarded than for us to go back to you and say, JK, LOL, we are growing too fast and we need to shut it down. Now, what are the pros and what are the cons? The con is that it's breaking our promise. We don't like to do that. We don't like to change things. We don't like to modify things. If we tell you what the deal is, we want to follow through all the time and all things. And so if we tell you to go out there and get your first 1, 2 free inside of 30 days and get the double bonus, or bring on your 5 or 6 or whatever people it is and qualify to join us in Las Vegas, you're going to want to be able to do those things and not find out that we were only kidding. We are doing too well. And now, unfortunately, we have to break our promise. That's not what we want to do. There may come a time when we have to do that, and that would be incredibly terrible and unfortunate. It's never happened so far. We're 58 and a half weeks into this deal, and we haven't had to do it yet. But we want to always follow through on our promises and commitments that we make to you. It's easier said than done. Why? Because we've been working slowly but surely to fine tune some of our methods and practices based on our growth, what's working, what's not working, the challenges that we face. Some of these people that are joining us today don't know about how many times a bank account's been frozen, or how many times, money's been put on hold, or how many relationships that we've unfortunately ruined because of our amazing growth. And so as that data comes in and as we learn more about the struggles that we have to make adjustments. And what I've been warning you for a very long time now is that eventually this thing is going to be crypto in and crypto out. When it started, it was cash, or write us a check, or stop by and, trade some guns and ammo. Like, there are lots of creative ways for people to get involved, and they're all good. There's nothing wrong with any of them, except they don't scale. And when they don't scale, it means that we've got to go really out of our way to have the team or the resources or the quantity of people or the number of phones to reach out and engage all these great new people that are joining us and find a way for them to get on board with whatever creative thing that they need for us to accommodate. It's work, and it just doesn't scale. And if we're struggling now at 150 people a day joining the rocket ship, imagine what life will be like at 3,000 people a day. And that day is coming. That day has to come. If we continue doubling like we're doing now, we know it's only a matter of time until we're bringing on 3,000 people a day. Let's pause there for a moment. We'll come back in a few moments and talk about the pros and cons of slamming the brakes, and it's mostly cons. But before we get into that, let's talk about what it is that we're doing and why it's so successful. We are building the next best thing in crypto. And I would venture to say that it's probably the only thing in crypto today that's exciting. We've got something real. It's not Pepe coin. It's not fart coin. It's not bonk coin. It's not whatever the other goofy ones are that I'm probably not even allowed to name on this call. It's a real project. You can think of it like a Bitcoin redo. TexitCoin is like a Bitcoin time machine. It's like going back to the early days of Bitcoin when it was pure, when it was all about the mission, digital, decentralized, peer-to-peer currency, money that we could exchange with each other without having to go through a bank. What a novel idea it was. Revolutionary when you think about it. I mean, for a long time, we've had to go through the banks. Unless you're exchanging cash in the dark back alley, you're going through a bank. Debit cards, check cards, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, whatever it is, there's a central authority. There's a gatekeeper there that's preventing you from doing what you want to do. Oh, I'm sorry, your business is on the do not service list. You remember what it was like 2, 3 years ago when people were saying, "Oh my gosh, you're selling those things; those are banned," and now your account's closed. What? Think about those truckers up in Canada, that were out there exercising their rights to be heard, to have their voice heard, having their bank accounts frozen, their money cut off at the knees to prevent them from lawfully assembling. Wow. You know, crypto got a bit of a bad rap in the early days because it was so well engaged by gray and black markets. And that's kind of a shame on one side because, it's a great financial technology that should be explored by everybody. But it kind of makes sense because if you're unbanked, if the mainstream financial institutions deem you a copper coin manufacturer too risky or too much in some sort of industry that they don't want to service, they shut you down. And it's painful. And a lot of times it's misguided, it's wrong, it's out of line. And when money is such an important part of our lives, how can we allow some third party, maybe not even a government, just a bank that's not even following the rules, to have this kind of power and control over our lives? That's what Bitcoin started to change. Bitcoin gave us an easy way for us to deal with each other with something that went around the banks, something that worked peer to peer. It's like Napster for money. And 15 years ago, almost to the day, the first commercial Bitcoin transaction took place when somebody traded 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 large one-topping pizzas. We call it Pizza Day. We're celebrating it Thursday, a week from today, the 22nd, here in Louisville at Interscape with a roller skating party. A big, like 4-year-old pizza party is what we're going to have. Maybe there's going to be cupcakes there. There's going to be plenty of pizza. Maybe we'll get all cranked up on Mountain Dew. I don't know. But it's going to be a great time. It's another opportunity for us to meet the community of people, invite everyone. It's fun for the whole family. But the point is that was the first commercial transaction involving Bitcoin. 10,000 of them for 2 large pizzas. I don't know, $20 for 2 large pizzas. Put the value of Bitcoin at 0.002 cents, 0.002 cents. Double check my math. $20 divided by 10,000 Bitcoin is 0.002. So 2/10 of 1 penny is what Bitcoin was worth 15 years ago. Imagine getting in on that rocket ship back in the early days when it was pure, when most of us didn't understand it, when most of us didn't like it, when most of us didn't trust it. Now, you may feel the same way today, but we're looking at it and going, hey, there's something there. We might have missed something. I'm that guy that was on the sidelines for 12 years saying, there's something here. There's something we need to pay attention to. I don't know what it is yet. Maybe not 12 years, but the better part of 12 years. It's unstoppable money. It's the greatest financial technology of our lifetime. It maybe is even the greatest investment opportunity. I'll use my rock star quotes when we say investment opportunity of our lifetime. But there's a financial technology at the core of cryptocurrency that we need to pay attention to because there's something there. And the guys that are getting in early, they're making money, they're getting rich, they're changing their lives, they're having a lot of fun. And now we're restarting that process. We're going back. We've got 1 second chance. We have a second chance because the kids that started it, they sold out. They made their money. They got their Lambos. They got their super yachts. And they said, see ya. and the banks and the foreign nations and the mega corporations, the same institutions that Bitcoin set out to disrupt all those years ago, swooped in, bought them all up, bought them all out. Now that's going to happen for a lot of us as well. And I'm excited for the day that comes that somebody buys you out of your position and you go, paid off my mortgage, bought my vacation home, had a great time, never have to work again. Thanks. But instead of saying thanks Bitcoin, you'll say thanks TexitCoin. And you'll be able to thank yourself and the community of people that are crowdsourcing this amazing journey that we're all on together. Anyway, that's what's exciting. That's something to get exciting about. You know, if you join Bitcoin or any of the other major cryptos, all you're doing is buying a ticket to get onto the roller coaster, and it's up and it's down. Where are we at today? 105,000. Does anyone know why? Oh, good trade information. Nobody knows. It's all just spun up and down by the big banks that speculate, the hedge funds, the guys that buy billions of dollars are trading against this. You know, when those guys get in, they ruin the markets. All the information that they have, that they buy and sell, that drives the price in one direction or another happens hours, days, weeks, months before the retail investor, guys like you and me, the guys that aren't directly connected to the money machine. By the time we get involved, that information has already been bought and sold 1,000 times. And so now we've created our own. They're not invited to the party. Why? Because we don't need them. We're here to get rich. Make no mistake. We'll get our Lambos. We'll get our yachts. We'll get our mansions. Don't worry. That's all coming our way. I know that very clearly. I've seen it before. I know what it looks like. I know how to get there. But for us, our success is all about the mission. And the mission is honest money. People ask us, well, what's the utility? 1,000 new cryptocurrencies are cooked up into existence every day. Or meme coins and this goofy thing and this blah, blah, blah. Like, you need to have real utility today to be successful. I actually had a lunch meeting today with a guy that said anything that starts with transparency is going to be successful. Most projects can't because they don't have something. They dress it up. They lie. But if you start a good project with transparency as its foundation, it'll win. That's what we have. Started that long ago. But my point is this. We've got something. We've got something that's pure. We've got something that's real. We've got something that's honest. And we've got a great team of people now, a huge community that are coming together because they see this. And they say, I want a ticket on that rocket. I'll take that journey. I've got a couple bucks to put to work. Let's go. Let's have the adventure together. And it's happening faster and faster and faster now to the point where, once again, internally, we're a little overwhelmed. Rest assured that we will rise to the occasion. We will catch up on the backlog. We will add 10 new people or 20 or 50 new people if we have to, because we've got the hottest thing in crypto right now. And I told my team today, and I'll tell you guys right now, the only thing that we need to do to reach the goals that we have, to obtain the future that we know belongs to us, is to just hold it together. That's it. Not implode. It sounds ridiculous. How could you possibly implode? There's millions of dollars coming your way. Look, guys, believe me when I tell you, it's easier said than done, but we'll do it. We like the adventure. We like the challenge. We're rising to the occasion. And that's what's got us all kinds of stressed out and overwhelmed these days. But what an adventure it is. What an amazing thing to be able to have to deal with such a challenge. I'm loving it. I like it every day in and day out. I enjoy it more and more. I had an opportunity to be on a 3-hour radio show this morning with our friends in Colorado, talking about some of the basic, background story items of our project, how we got to where we are today, answer some live questions, good questions out there. But that's what I want to do with my time. I want to be out there promoting and telling the world about TexitCoin, as I will do not this week, but next week at the World Digital Mining Summit in Las Vegas. I get to be a keynote speaker. Maybe you saw it on our Twitter feed or on the Twitter feed for Bitmain, them talking about trade with all, alliances with none. That's the mission. That is what we want to do. Just like the founders said that we should do. Watch out for those foreign entanglements, but trade with everybody. And our story to our friends from Asia, and it's largely an Asian conference that we're going to, is you guys got Bitcoin, we've got TexitCoin, let's trade. We'll trade your asset, you trade our asset. Let's have a great time together. Let's exchange the best of what we have the ability to produce, and let's do business. And the spirit of our mission is beautiful. And as they see that we've got our own version of a cryptocurrency that we like, that we trust, it's very similar in its technology to what they use. But this one's for Americans. This one's being built exclusively in Texas for the benefit first of our people. And we were having this conversation long before people were saying make crypto great again. We just happened to be at the right place at the right time, and we knew what to do with it long before it became part of the mainstream conversation. Did we get lucky? Maybe. Do we just happen to be working hard on the right stuff and end up at the right place at the right time? It's like my fortune cookie always says, luck is what happens when hard work meets opportunity. Well, nobody works harder than me. And I know an opportunity when I see one. TexitCoin is our chance. It's based on everything that I know and love of cryptocurrency, everything that I know and love about honest money, complementary currency, barter currencies, all packaged into the rocket ship that's taken 4,500 people so far on this amazing adventure and is gearing up to double that next month and then double it the month after that. And rest assured that one part of you is going to be frustrated that we're growing. Hey, wait a minute. My mining output is diminishing every day. Why is my coin getting smaller and smaller and smaller? That's by design. The people that will have the largest percentage of the mine output are the ones that are going to do the most to help us grow. Let me say that again. When you join, you put your cash in. You're buying a certain amount of mega hash. Okay? Your mega hash is a percentage of the total mega hash that we've sold. So you get 100 mega hash or 300 or 400 or 1200 mega hash maximum with our 9+3 out of the total number of mega hash that we've sold to everybody. And so then we encourage you to go out and help us grow. Once you stick a toe in the water and you learn how to use the tools that we have, you download the Blockchain Mint app and you're tracking the payouts to your coin every day, and you download the TXC wallet and you link your coin to your TXC wallet, and then you peel the sticker off the back of the coin and you scan the coin again, and now you've got a hot wallet on your TXC wallet. And you start to trade some of those. You start to buy guns and ammo and gold and silver in our community. And then you start trading it for dollars on third-party exchanges like Bitmart and DexTrade. Or you load up some cold storage wallets and you take them out to a coin show or a gun show, and you're introducing our story to the public. You engage TexitCoin. You don't have to. Your only job is to take your cold storage wallet, lock it up in the safe, forget about it. If you want, you don't have to do anything. You're welcome to be a passenger on the rocket ship and enjoy the journey. Nothing else is required once you put your cash in. But if you want to help us grow and you're encouraged to help us grow, we need you to help us grow. The only way that we get to where we want to go is by building this community. If you want to help us grow, there are rewards there for you. Whether you do the 1-2 free, bring on 3 new miners and get a free seat on the rocket, do that inside the first 30 days and get 2 free seats on the rocket, or you participate in the rapid rewards program, meaning you're building out a team on your left side and a team on your right side. It's basic binary stuff, guys. It's not real complicated. It's a plan that you can explain to someone in 5 seconds. 3 points left, 3 points right equals $1,000 cash potential. $1,000 cash. You have to have the cash potential to get it. But you bring 3 people on one side, 3 people on the other side, you got a $6,000 cash potential, you take $1,000 cash commission, and you keep going. And it caps out at $3,000 a week, and it's the easiest thing that you could do in this industry to make $3,000 a week. A lot of people question it. A lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people don't like how complex it is, but I do. All my friends do. And the people that have been involved in this thing for more than a year now love it. And it's a real easy program for you to help us build the rocket, fill up the seats, crowdsource that cash. And remember, I do 3 things with it. This is my promise to you. I build the mine, I pay the commissions, and I promote the coin. Now, Vegas. First of all, I spent $15,000 to become a keynote speaker there. It's pay to play in this industry, and it is not cheap. It's going to cost $250,000 for us to bring our community there. We got about 65 or 70 people so far as I know that are scheduled to join us in Las Vegas. That's a powerful thing. It's fun for us. We're going to have a great time. getting wild and crazy in Las Vegas. But imagine what it looks like when you got 65 or 70 of us decked out in TexitCoin hats and shirts, sharing our story with anyone and everyone that's willing to listen. Imagine what happens when I drop $100,000 on mobile billboards to drive up and down the street, stalking the Bitcoin conference attendees that are hanging out all week at the Venetian. That's my job. My job is to promote our coin, to make sure that it begins to have a value. This is a very important part of our project. I know that we're going to be able to build the mine. Building the mine's easy. I know the vendors, I know the equipment, I know how the infrastructure works, I know the cooling, I know the power, I know all of that stuff. Easy. I know that we can build a community. Two, tell two, tell two, tell two, and it grows. Think about it like this, right? 4,000 plus miners. If everyone brings on one new miner this month, it's 150 people joining us a day. And if everybody brings on one new miner next month, double that, 330 a day. The numbers get bigger and bigger and bigger. We double 6, 7, 8, 9 times. And guess what? We fill the seats on the rocket and we blast off to there. It grows quick, guys. Two, tell two, tell two. That's why we use this strategy. Like it or hate it, it works. But the most important part of all is our community. Because the community is what comes together to follow through on the promise of an alternative currency. Look, we don't have the government pointing a gun at people, forcing them to accept the currency. Okay, maybe they're not going down to the local bakery with a gun telling you got to accept Cash App. But the government is going around different places in the world making sure that those people are willing to sell us their oil for dollars. You know, the dollar was weaponized a long time ago. And we don't have that luxury. No one's pointing a gun at you to participate in TexitCoin. This is a voluntary system. And because we don't have force on our side, because we don't have guns to point at people to demand them to accept our paper valueless currency, it means we have to do it the right way. It means we actually have to build stuff that people are going to want to produce and trade and buy and acquire. Without a community of production and trade, the currency has no value. The bigger our community gets, the more valuable our currency becomes. We had a lady join the other day. I do tree removal service. A couple hours later, she's over at our house in our neighborhood looking at a couple trees that we've got a problem with. Those things come down. She's paid in TexitCoin. She wants it. We want the trees fixed. It happened. Off market. I didn't have to go into the market and liquidate TexitCoin in order for her to take cash. People are starting to prefer payments in TexitCoin because they see the connection between the value of our coin and the size of our community. They see that the bigger our community gets, and it's growing fast now, they see that the bigger our community gets, the more powerful and valuable our currency becomes. I was trying to explain earlier today on the radio interview, there's no like handbook on how to start a real currency. There's plenty of technical guides out there on how to launch a meme coin, but nobody really knows. Step one, become your own country. Step two, install a central bank, get an army, get your armed forces out there. Step three, start printing money. Okay. Well, if you're not your own country and you don't have that power of, force on your side, you got to do it a different way. The only way it works is by putting together a community of people that are willing to trade. And that's what's happening with TexitCoin. That's what's making us great. That's what's driving the growth. That's what's driving the patience. People go, yeah, I like this. I want to bring my friends on board. They're willing to wait a couple days. We're doing all we can right now to keep up with the growth. We want more of it, guys. Challenge us every single day. You got a couple more days to qualify for the trip to Vegas. In fact, 2 more days. Tomorrow, actually 1 more day. Tomorrow by 7 p.m. is the cutoff. We'll probably give you a little bit of extra time because it's Saturday and because it's a contest and all that stuff. But get it done because I want to see you in Las Vegas. I want you to have a great time with us. I want you to enjoy all of the fruits of our labor. I want you to see what we've put together. I want you to meet the people in our community that have done such a great job in helping us grow. I want you to get out there with us and show the whole world at these events that we've got something big and they need to pay attention to it. It's going to happen sooner or later. Let's start the party this coming week, next week in Vegas at the World Digital Mining Summit. While the guys next door, those Bitcoin maximalists, the ones that say there can be only one crypto and it's called Bitcoin and there shall be no other cryptos besides Bitcoin forever. Let's tell them about TexitCoin and let's show them that we mean business. Let's have a great time and let's share that with each other. And if you're joining us, great. If you're joining us on TexitCoin's dime, even better. But that's what we've got. Now let's go back to the pros and cons. There are no pros that come out of slamming on the brakes of the freight train, except for giving ourselves an opportunity to catch our breath, which is important. We don't want to break down. We don't want to implode, but rest assured that we will rise to the occasion. We will conquer this little challenge of ours and be even bigger and better next week. Okay, that's it. I think we got a couple questions in here for tonight's call. My friend Thaddeus says, "Hi, Bobby. What is in place to keep things going if something happens to you?" Hey, why would you wish that on me, Thaddeus? Let's keep me safe. Nothing's going to happen to me. I keep getting asked this question as people see it completely centralized around you. Okay, look, this is a bit of a double-edged sword here. The reality situation is if I get hit by a meteor tomorrow or run over by a bus, we're in bad shape. And the reason we're in bad shape is because this is my story. And I've been waiting a really long time to tell it. Think about it. I don't think there's anyone else on planet Earth that started their own currency in 2008, that created the original Bitcoin coin all those years ago, that testified in Congress about alternative and complementary currencies 13 years ago. This story is working. Our project is successful because of that story. And it's very important that I'm involved. So don't take me out just yet. No hostile takeovers, no coups. But if something happens terrible tomorrow, unfortunately, our project's going to be in rough shape, whether or not I have a plan in place for contingency. Why? Because it's my story, and I'm the only guy that can tell it. Now, as time goes by, yes, there will be other people that can tell the story. And the story will have other themes and meanings that are able to be shared. And you guys will be able to point to me. This one guy, you'll never believe this. He did it. He got it started. Then he got hit by a meteor, and it went on to be the greatest, most successful thing because of the great people that joined that community. So the day will come when we have the ability to continue our successful journey with or without me. But that day is not here today. And so right now, the answer is nothing. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's pray. Let's do all we can to, like I say, watch my back. You know, it's not just about getting hit by a meteor. It's about, you know, attacks coming from YouTube comments and trolls on Instagram and all the other things you have to worry about in this wild, wacky, internet-enabled world. But like I say, keep me accountable, watch my back. That's your job. And over time, as this thing matures, we will put in place the things that we need to continue to be successful, even if something goes terribly wrong. Hopefully that answers your question. Dave Jones, what are you doing here? That just happened to us. The insurance cut our lock because our industry silver is too risky. Yeah. I don't want to think about how many packages I've lost. It's terrible. But you get unbanked and you go, guess I got to figure it out for myself. David says, today, Dave from Locker and I did a transaction for silver made with TXC. That money is being cycled into new mines for people we are giving them away to as customers. So utilization and growth all at once. Yeah, guys, use it. It's a real currency. I will always accept TexitCoin. And the cycle continues. We mine it, we trade it, we spend it, we exchange it. It works. And it's only getting bigger and it's only getting better. You can see that from the volume that's measured on the exchanges and also by looking at the Block Explorer and seeing how many transactions are happening now on a regular basis. Before, we could go half a day without seeing a transaction. Now we got transactions happening multiple times an hour. We're gearing up for thousands of times per minute. We'll get there. It'll happen. You'll see. Guys, thanks for using the coin. That's what gives it real purpose, real utility. Jerry Ray, I'm willing to come to McKinney for a week to help the office catch up if I have a place to stay. Jerry, we may take you up on that offer. We just brought 5 people on. Right now, we're dealing with the hectification of a bunch of new people that are really eager to help and have no idea what they're doing. We have to maintain some sort of order around the office and a high level of security because remember, they're messing around with sensitive information. So we got a lot of hands in the pot right now. We have to be very careful. Once we catch up for a quick breath, we'll get back to you and let you know if we can bring you out to McKinney and put your skills to use. Coach Bud, growing pains are good. It means we're growing. Yeah, that's right. Much better than the alternative. In fact, it is for sure. Thanks, Coach. Thank you for all the TexitCoin staff. Hang in there. Hang in there, guys. Thanks, TexitCoin staff. They're here in studio. Jerry, I listened to your radio interview earlier today. It was terrific. Yeah, until I got cut off because I had another meeting I had to jump into. How incredible is it that Texacoin is up to 95 cents today? Stop looking at the price. The price does not matter. Seriously, guys. I know the price is exciting. I know it's up on billboards all over the state of Texas and soon to be all over the country. It is exciting. And the price does matter. And it is the ultimate arbiter of our success eventually. Today, it's not. Today, the price tells me one thing. The only thing the price tells me today is the world has yet to discover TexitCoin. It's a big world. There's a lot of people out there trading in the crypto community, hundreds of millions of traders. Now, think about it. If everybody in the crypto trading community put $1 in, it would break us today. It would take us and drive us up to $200, $300 a coin overnight. It's too much, too hot, too fast. So I've got a challenge because I've got to spend the money that I told you I was going to spend. But I also have to make sure that we don't outpace the growth that we want to have. Because if the price pops to $200 tomorrow, guess what? We'll have 100,000 new miners sign up tomorrow. And then all of a sudden, the mining output per seat drops way down. And you go, well, I'm not getting any coins anymore. It's great that we hit 200, but I only get 2 coins a week now. Oh, okay. So slow and steady wins the race. And it is very incredible that the market is beginning to reflect the awesomeness of our project. But the chart that I pay attention to is our revenue chart. It's the one that shows us the growth of the mine. It shows us that we're starting to double again every month. That's exciting. That shows me that we're going in the right direction. It shows me that we have a healthy organization and the price will catch up. I think the price is leading the way, technically, but the price will reflect how great we are. We just have to continue to be great. We'll get there. Michael says, hi, Bobby. I signed up last week for the 3K package plus the bonus, but my account was set up with just the 1K package. That's a terrible shame, Michael, and I will get to the bottom of it. Let's do it right now. Why not? We're right here. Okay. Michael, I don't know your last name, but let's see if we can find you in here. Guys, I've got ultimate access to this stuff. I can fix things. You don't want to ask me to fix things. Things get done. Oh, I got your last name here. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Yeah, we make mistakes. And if we make mistakes, then we fix them and we'll comp you for the coins that we're missing. So I see that you've got 1 seat. We've got you here as a what we call a peer payment. Means that you gave the money to somebody else. So it's questionable as to whether or not we actually saw that money. But send a message to money@mindtxe.com with a copy of your peer payment. That way our staff tomorrow can take a look at it, make the correction, and get you the right hash power and the missing coins back to 9 days ago. Thanks. Sorry for the inconvenience, but let's get it right. How's progress on a new mining site? I got an answer today finally from a site that we're trying to buy. I think they're biting on our offer. It's very important for us to get the next mining site online. It's fallen behind schedule for very obvious reasons, and I apologize for that. I thought I had some people in place that could help with it. Unfortunately, it didn't work out as well as I hoped, but we're going to keep trying and we're going to get it, right? The good news is that today the mine doesn't have to be huge. We're still mining Litecoin to pay the electric bill. That's been a real great thing for us. And we want the mine numbers to be up there so that you can look at that chart on the website, the first chart, and see that our hash power and our sold hash power are somewhere very close to each other, as opposed to where they are right now with a gigantic gap. So that can't go on forever, and it, of course, won't. But hopefully, we will have the offer accepted for this new mining site, and then we'll be able to go out there quickly, install it, and you'll see that change reflected in the mine current hash power chart. Those of us monetizing, Andrea, thank you. Keep feeding those coins to the market. The market needs liquidity on both sides, the buy side and the sell side. If we don't have buyers and sellers, we don't have a market, right? So I know it sounds strange, but we do not have enough sellers. 3/4 of all the people mining TexitCoin are mining it straight to their cold storage wallet, which means those coins are not available on the market to trade. And that's a problem. I know everybody wants to hold on forever until we hit $100,000 a coin too, but we need some people to sell and monetize their coins so that others, as they get on the rocket or they join us for our journey, they're able to get a handful of coins and have a little bit of skin in the game as TexitCoin goes to the moon and beyond. Okay, that's it in the questions category. I've got dinner with my family tonight. I've got a lot more people to enter in. Hopefully, this has been a little bit of a learning experience for you. And again, remember, Thursday night's the night to invite people out to. So if you got someone that's interested in TexitCoin and wants to see the guy, this is our time to connect. I will have other people also hosting the Thursday night calls. Maddie was planning on being here, but wasn't feeling well today. I think he'll be back next week. So Tuesday night is my night to connect with the miners. Thursday, I like to jump in and say hello to the community of people that are considering joining us as well. But we have lots of time for questions and answers as well. And it's always good just to talk, think, plan, dream, whatever it is we want to do to continue manifesting our bright and amazing future. I'm Bobby Gray. I'm the guy that started TexitCoin. It's by far one of my life's greatest accomplishments. And to think that we're just at the very beginning stages of our success is mind blowing. I'll see you guys again when? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, maybe Tuesday. Thursday next week is our roller skating party in Louisville. Be sure to jump on the Eventbrite and register for that so we know how many pizzas to get. Otherwise, maybe I'll see you the week after that in Las Vegas for a great time out there. Okay, have a great night. We'll talk again. Bye, guys.